Hello, everyone, and welcome to our virtual Wilkes-Barre Connect Spotlight series. Today, we have the pleasure of hearing from 4 of our area's incredible entrepreneurs, including our featured speaker, Glynis Johns, and our 3 spotlight speakers, Genelle Sedon, Travis Prince, and Asia Custus. During these difficult times, we have the privilege of using our platform as a way of highlighting the voices of business owners from all across our region. As we spotlight an inclusive spectrum of business owners, we are honored to share the virtual stage with these BIPOC and minority-owned businesses to share what they do and why they love doing it. But before we jump in, our Wilkes-Barre Connect Spotlight Series events would not be possible without the continued support of Penn State Wilkes-Barre through the Invent Penn State initiative. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Dale Jones, Chancellor of Penn State Wilkes-Barre, to share some opening remarks and introduce our featured speaker. Dr. Jones?
Thank you, Shawnee. Greetings, everyone. Welcome again to the Wilkes-Barre Connect Spotlight Series Speakers Program. I'm Dale Jones, Chancellor of Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Penn State Wilkes-Barre is honored to be the sponsor of this preeminent regional Spotlight Speakers Program. Today, we feature our final Spotlight speakers of this 2020 year. Penn State Wilkes-Barre looks forward to working closely with the Chamber of Commerce and Wilkes-Barre Connect in 2021 to continue to bring you terrific speakers. Thank you for being with us here today for today's superb speakers. Now I would like to introduce to you our featured speaker. Glynis Johns is the founder of Black Scranton Project, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, local heritage initiative, and public history venture dedicated to archiving and celebrating the African American history of Scranton and northeastern Pennsylvania. Glynis is also a first-year doctoral student studying 19th and 20th century African American history at Rutgers University. A native Scrantonian, local historian, sociologist, artist, documentarian, and advocate, Glynis spends a lot of time researching Scranton in order to piece together narratives of the Black community. She is proud to shift local perspectives on culture, inclusion, representation, and history. For Glynis, passions and projects are indistinguishable from each other. She received her BA and MA degrees in sociology at St. John's University. She is highlighted in the March 2020 issue of Happenings magazine as one of the most influential women in NEPA and is a NEPA Business Journal Top 20 Under 40 Young Business Professional 2019 honoree. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome and introduce Glynis Johns.
Hello, my name is Glynis Johns. I'm the founder of the Black Scranton Project and a native Scrantonian. Before we get started, I just wanted to thank the Wilkes-Barre Chamber of Commerce for having me as their featured speaker for this presentation. And I'm going to use this time to talk about how the Black Scranton Project became to be and my passion and work here in the city of Scranton. So the Black Scranton Project actually started out as my graduate thesis. Between 2015 and 2017, I was working in the field of sociology as a grad student, and I was really interested at the time into uncovering the stereotype why Black people aren't from Scranton. And so with that, I started to do some digging in the historical aspect on why that is. How long has the Black community been in the city of Scranton? What were their contributions, and why don't we remember those anymore? So by the time I completed my graduate thesis in 2017, I uncovered so many incredible stories about so many fascinating people in the city of Scranton that I had to share, and that the Black community was so much more lively than many thought it to be, and there was a legacy of the Black community here. So in 2017, I came back to the city and started sharing this information with anyone who would listen. And that tumbled into being a community organization. And by Juneteenth of 2019, Black Scranton Project became a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And now we are on our way to creating the Black Scranton Project Center for Arts and Culture, where we can expand our historical research and also do many things for the community and open up more resources for people of color, because that's something that we're seriously lacking. And I know that's a short version of what I do, but I could be here all day talking about history, talking about the Black Scranton Project and such. So I am very passionate about social justice. I'm very passionate about this area. I think there's a lot to be said about the Black community in Northeastern Pennsylvania. And I think a lot of times we are overlooked in our contributions. And like the other featured speakers tonight, there are so many incredible, talented Black entrepreneurs, Black artists, Black business owners that we should appreciate, that we should patron, that we should support. And I think that we don't always do that. And I'm so glad that the Chamber of Commerce has made it a point to spotlight some of those folks today. And thank you again for having me. But I also wanted to remind the viewers that are watching that if you do care about Black businesses, Black entrepreneurs, Black artists, find any way that you can support them. If it's just giving them a follow on Instagram or social media, do that. If you have the ability to donate, do that, because resources like that really mean a difference, not just to the Black Scranton Project, but to all of the other Black creatives, Black entrepreneurs, and Black business owners. And the more that we start to support our Black and Brown communities here, the more we expand on the legacy and broaden our community on so many levels. There are so many ways that you can support. There are so many ways that you can get involved with your community that aren't just protesting, that aren't just feeling doomed, that aren't just not doing anything. I think right now we don't need silence. I think just being present, just showing that you, again, can support by sending a like, sending $1, sending your volunteer time. There's so many ways that we can get involved as a community. And I think, again, that Northeastern Pennsylvania, we're positioned in a really unique space where we can really support each other on a more of an intimate level. And I really try to encourage people to do that through the Black Scranton Project. For those who are unfamiliar with the Black Scranton Project, we, again, do a lot of historical work. We've had a lot of really incredible events that have happened, even just this past year. For example, for February, Black History Month, we raised the Pan-African flag over City Hall for the first time in the city's history. And I think it means a lot, not just for Scranton, but for Pennsylvania as a whole, and to showing that we actually care about our Black community and that Black Lives Matter. We had a Black History Month exhibit that went alongside of the flag raising ceremony, where we showed local and prominent local Black figures of the community, some really important key parts of local Black history we had on display at AFA Gallery for February. In June, with the rise of the Black Lives Matter movement and a lot of the protests that were happening across the nation, we decided to put together our own protest in celebration of Black life and in joy. So the Black Scranton Project put together the Juneteenth Jubilee, and we got almost 1,000 people together safely at Mayog Park to celebrate Black lives, to celebrate Juneteenth, to celebrate freedom, and to celebrate in solidarity for the Black community. And it was an incredible afternoon. So many people came out. Everybody was safe. There was PPE, there was hand sanitizer, there was ice cream. And I think it was the first moment in our city where we got to see many people of color from all different spaces, our allies and our friends, come together during a time that is also kind of unknown, and show that we are here to support each other. There was not one speck of negativity that day. And I think it could be an example for other spaces to show that we can cooperate as a community. We can also cooperate with our police force, and we can change how our cities actually look. So again, my name is Glynis Johns, the founder of the Black Scranton Project. And I just want to let you guys know that you have the power to change anything that is happening in your life. If there's something that you think is wrong, speak up and say something. If there's something that you want to see happen in your community, you can totally do that, because the Black Scranton Project didn't exist before I decided to start looking into our history and feeling that there was value in being Black from the city of Scranton, because there is. So I just want to encourage you to not give up, to have hope, to have faith, and that things will change. And the more of us that stand up for ourselves and each other, the better things will be. And so thank you again for the Chamber of Commerce for having me today. And make sure you follow Black Scranton Project. If you can, leave a donation at the Black Scranton Project. You can do so by visiting our website, blackscranton.org/donate. And send us a little hey, let us know you're out there, because we love to see you guys, and we thank you all for your support. And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Glynis. The work that you're doing with the Black Scranton Project brings so much awareness to the area, and we can't thank you enough for all that you're doing. Up next, we have our first spotlight, Genelle Sedon. Genelle is a West Pittston native and is the owner and director of C&G Tutoring. Her tutoring service specializes in K-12, college, and SAT prep tutoring, which offers both in-person and virtual sessions. Her and her husband, Chris, have 2 children, Colette, who is 5, and Garrison, who is 3. And they also have 2 rescue dogs. So we're happy to give her the virtual stage to talk about her work. Genelle, thank you so much for being here with us.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Genelle Sedon, and I am the owner and director of C&G Tutoring. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in virtually to this wonderful Spotlight event. I would also like to thank the Wilkes-Barre Chamber of Commerce and Wilkes-Barre Connect for inviting me to speak. I want to speak to you today on a topic that is on the tip of everyone's tongue. I want to talk to you about virtual education. I know our classrooms don't look the same due to the COVID-19 2020 pandemic. However, it does not mean that our students here in Northeastern Pennsylvania have to stop their learning. There are so many things we can do with virtual learning. I want you to think back a couple generations. I know myself, I was a child, and I learned my ABCs and my 1, 2, 3s from Sesame Street. I remember learning how to be a good person from Mr. Rogers. I learned how to appreciate a good book from watching Reading Rainbow. These programs gave me the opportunity to learn right from my own living room. I remember even some family, friends, and relatives, doing the locomotion with Richard Simmons and exercising from home. I remember some friends and family members taking art lessons from Bob Ross virtually. Virtual learning is, again, not something new, but it is something that we can all do. We just have to use the right tools, and we have to have the right instructors. One of the things that C&G Tutoring came out with this year is a virtual learning pod. It allows students in the same class to work with one of our instructors as some supplemental learning topics. And they are also able to get homework help, which not only helps the student, but also takes the stress off the parents. And it even makes it social because there are other kids from their class there that they can work with and talk to. Another thing we are offering virtually is our SAT sessions. And this is going great because we want all of our students here in Northeastern Pennsylvania to secure their scholarships and gain acceptance to whatever university they may choose. Believe it or not, we even have 3- and 4-year-olds virtually learning Spanish. And I have to say, I am more than impressed with our students. It's great. I want to offer our community here, if they have any questions about virtual learning, to contact me at cngtutoring@gmail.com. Hopefully, I hear from all of you soon. And you can also find us on Facebook, and you can send me a message with any questions that you may have. Because remember, we are here to support you and all of the virtual learning going on in Northeastern Pennsylvania.
Thank you again, Genelle. Your work is incredible, and we hope you know how great an impact that you're making on the youth in our area. Our next spotlight for this event is Travis Prince. Best known for his painting Chancellor Williams, Travis Prince is a self-taught portrait artist from South Carolina. His focus on education, social issues, and relationships within the Black community is put in the forefront of his work. His medium of choice are oil paints, but he sometimes incorporates inks, spray paints, and other mediums as well. He hopes that his art will spark conversations on the beauty of being human. Travis gets his inspiration from everyday life and an understanding that everyone has value and adds a piece to the human story. He enjoys capturing little moments in the life of an everyday person. Some of his favorite artists are Kahind Wiley, Norman Rockwell, Bahamu Peku, Tim Akamura, and Kadir Nelson, who also play on the same theme. So I'd like to now give the virtual stage to Travis Prince.
Hi, my name is Travis Prince. I'm a visual artist and the owner of Paintings by the Prince. I'm also the host of Electric City Television's Roundtable Discussions, which is a artist talk TV series, as well as being the executive creative director for the Black Scranton Project, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated towards archiving and celebrating Black history and culture of the Scranton, Pennsylvania region. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank Wilkes-Barre Connect for allowing me to formally introduce myself to the community. Hey guys, we're here in my home studio, and this is where I do all of my work. And over the past few years, one of the biggest issues that I've had is keeping my brushes organized while I'm painting. I use multiple brushes at once, and just like most artists, we store our brushes in cups of various sizes, which is okay if you're not using them. But when you're actually working with your brushes, and like I say, you're using more than one color, putting them in a cup or constantly washing them off isn't the best way to go about it. So I had an idea for a brush holder, and I came up with this out of some cardboard, and I used it for a while, and it works pretty good. And I showed it to a friend of mine, and he told me to send him a blueprint for it, and he made this plastic mock-up version for me, which is really nice. And I've used this for a few months, and I thought it worked so well that maybe I should get a patent for it and put these things into production. And so that's what I did. So I took my idea from a piece of cardboard to a mock-up version to a patented product that we have here now. And I'm calling this the Prince brush holder. It's a very, very simple system, very easy to use, even easier to assemble if you can get the plastic open. So it comes with 4 pieces, and here's a little picture of how it should look when it's finished. So you have 2 arms and 2 feet. You attach the arms at one end to the foot on this side, like so, and then attach the foot to the arms on the other end, and it just holds together with a friction lock. You don't need any glue or screws or anything, and once it's assembled, you're ready to use it. And like I say, the best thing about this system is if you have a wet brush that has blue paint on it, you can set it there and not necessarily need to clean it immediately if you're going to come back to that brush. You can have a brush with yellow paint and a brush with green paint and hold up to 16 brushes if you want, and even store your brushes here when you're not using them when they're clean and dry. So I thought it was a good idea for me, and now it can be used by everyone out there. I'm currently selling this product on my Etsy page, which is Paintings by the Prince. And like always, you can find me on all social media, all platforms at Paintings by the Prince. Thanks, guys. Interviewing people for roundtable discussions is always an exciting event. I get to sit down and have in-depth conversations with local artists about their creative processes and their motivations and their inspirations. and it's always intriguing to be able to sit and actually talk with the artists and deconstruct their artwork, so you don't have to kind of wonder and interpret what the artist was trying to say or implement in their piece. But to sit down and have a real conversation with the artist is always an enjoyable thing for me.
And today, our guest is Grace and Peace. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm glad to be here.
Well, thank you for coming to chat with me, man.
No problem.
The first thing I always do with my guests is I want you to tell
I just
the
got
viewers.
out of really tough circumstances, and I remember, getting off the plane in San Antonio, and it was the butterfly migration season.
Wow.
So there's thousands and thousands of white butterflies.
And being able to transfer that visually into your art so that the viewers can understand these same concepts, metaphors, ideas, I find it important. And someone told a story that he even paid for a really fancy meal by doodling on a napkin and said, there's your payment for my dinner tonight. So I wish I could just reach that level.
From Penn State University, a master's in fine art from Marywood University. I am a K through 5 art teacher at Neil Armstrong Elementary. And then I run a house painting business that's moving into the mural arts, which is called Northeast Art Project. And then I'm co-owner with my wife of Electric City Escape.
And in a very cohesive way, but you've managed to pull this thing off, and it looks very, very nice. I'm very, very impressed by this piece.
You say that. I've been painting for 40 years.
I'm a lover of art and literature, as you can see. So I always try to implement some type of literature or educational material into my artwork because I feel it's important. And a couple of years ago when I met Glynis Johns, the founder and CEO of the Black Scranton Project, she was doing a pop-up art event. And once she explained to me the event that she wanted to host and the workings of her project, the Black Scranton Project, I was totally on board 100%, just because it aligns with a lot of the things that I feel are valuable and needed in our local community. And 2 years later, me and Glynis still work closely together, and I'm still currently a board member of the Black Scranton Project, and we continue to do phenomenal things for our community.
Great. Thank you so much, Travis. Your art is absolutely beautiful, and we're so thankful to have your energy involved in the Black Scranton Project, working so closely with Glynis to bring that awareness to our area. So thank you so much. Our final spotlight for this event is Asia Custus. Asia is the owner of Paradise Soulfood and Sweets, LLC, located in downtown Scranton, where she brings paradise to your palate with soul food and Southern desserts. She makes every meal with love, and we're so, so happy to have her here to share with us what she's done to build that. Welcome, Asia.
I really must say Scranton has made me feel so welcome and so loved. What made me love food is just being in the kitchen with my loved ones at a young age. My father loves to cook, but he got it from his grandmother. Food is, to me, what brings people together. I feel like breaking bread with people. When it comes to food, people want to get to know other cultures. In this world we're living in, there's so many different barriers, and food is a labor of love. I take my time, I brine my chicken for 4 hours. My cheeses, I hand blend a lot of the cheeses that I have. My yams, we cut those up ourselves. So everything I make My first ingredient is love, and that's what makes it special. And that's why we're cooking with love for you. Thanks so much for this opportunity. I'm Asia. I'm the owner of Paradise Soulfood. I appreciate y'all giving me an opportunity today to speak to you and introduce y'all to my place. I am located at 350 Adams Avenue in Scranton. And once again, the name is Paradise Soulfood and Sweets. We make different types of Southern comfort food. We do fried chicken, fried catfish, fried whiting. We are also about to start making fried snapper. We do collard greens, candied yams, cabbage and potatoes. Sometimes we do a paradise coconut rice and peas. I have a partner, his name is Chef Harris. He's added a lot to the menu also. He makes rasta pasta. He does 3 different kinds. There's chicken, we do a shrimp, and we also do a mix where you get the chicken with the shrimp if you choose. My sister helps me so much. She makes different types of salmon also. She makes a garlic butter salmon, a honey sriracha, lime salmon, and a few more other ones. Another salmon that we offer is blackened salmon coconut. I'm sorry, I'm saying coconut. I meant to say pineapple mango salmon is what we do. Blackened pineapple mango salmon. So sorry about that. I'm a little nervous. I'm trying to, get it together, all right? But we just trying to bring a little Southern hospitality to Scranton. I love to cook. I've been cooking since I was about maybe 10 or 11. I am the oldest of 5. My children come here and they help me. They are my teenagers. They help me along with my sister and her daughter. And then I said I have a partner, Chef Harris. We also have a good friend, AI, who is always coming through and helping us get things together when we get a little behind. We are here Wednesday to Saturday. Wednesday we're here 12 to 8. Thursdays 12 to 4. Friday 12 to 8 also, and then Saturday 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm looking to add more days, but we want to change it where we're going to soul food, fried chicken and fried catfish and all the food, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's going to be in the future. We haven't done that yet, but that's what I'm looking to do. Where during the week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're doing like desserts more. You can get like homemade ice cream, homemade waffle cones, and desserts, the pound cakes, the cobbler. I make peach cobbler, blueberry cobbler, and apple pie cobbler. I'll be adding more desserts as I go. I make over 20 different cakes: Oreo cake, banana pudding cake, cotton candy cake. But I haven't been doing the desserts so much because I've been so busy with the food. So that's why I'm trying to change the week up a little, where I can focus a little more on desserts for a few days and then focus more on food for the other few days. Okay. We hope that you come and give us a visit. Hope you try us out. Right now, I painted the front, so the front is changed. I added a new awning. Let me take you out front so you can see the front of the place in case you drive by. This is 350 Adams Avenue in Scranton. That's the place. So basically what we are is like a soul food to-go spot, okay? So you can come in and you order your food, or you can call in. Our phone number is 570-703-0403. That's 570-703-0403. As I said before, we're here Wednesday to Saturday, and we're basically like a Southern comfort food place, and we have the food is basically mainly ordered to go, especially with COVID. I basically got opened up here 3 weeks before the pandemic hit. I got the place in January, but in February, at the end of February is when I finally did open. I was in a mall before here for a year and a half, but I was doing food there too. But I started out with mainly desserts. A lot of people are still wanting me to do desserts more too, so that's why I'm also trying to implement that back into the ice cream and stuff back in. I hope that y'all give us a try. We are on Facebook and Instagram, Paradise Soul Food. Please check us out on there and check out our reviews. Thank you so much again for your time. I'm definitely always looking to meet new people, get new customers, and I'm always happy to bring some Southern comfort to y'all. And my theme is paradise because I bring paradise to your palate. Hope to see you soon. Looking forward to meeting you. And y'all have a wonderful day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Asia. And with that concludes our lineup of speakers for today's Spotlight event. We are thrilled to be able to bring awareness to these awesome businesses and organizations and highlight the great things that they're bringing to NEPA. If you'd like to reach out to any of the businesses that you've heard from today, here are their social media handles and websites that you can visit for more information. Before we close the event out, we just wanted to put out a quick promotion for an initiative that we are running through the Chamber called Project Evolve. Through this initiative, we are looking to hear the challenges and opportunities that businesses in Luzerne County are facing in response to COVID-19. We use that input as we work with our partners to develop local solutions to the problems that you are facing in your industries. We have surveys and virtual roundtable discussions available for Luzerne County businesses in the following industries: healthcare and social assistance, retail trade, accommodations and food services, manufacturing, construction, transportation and warehousing, other services, wholesale trade, professional and technical services, and finance and insurance. So we encourage Luzerne County businesses in those industries to visit our website, wilkes-barre.org, to find the links to the surveys and roundtables that are still open for participation. Again, I'd like to thank Dr. Jones, Chancellor of Penn State Wilkes-Barre, for sponsoring our Spotlight events. We couldn't do it without your support and partnership through the Event Penn State initiative. A huge thank you to our featured speaker, Glynis Johns, for your contributions, as well as our 3 incredible business owners, not just for speaking here today and sharing what it is that you do, but also for the great things that you bring to our region. So with that concludes our last Wilkes-Barre Connect Spotlight Series event for 2020. Be safe, and we thank you for watching.